Okay, so in this video we're going to take a quick look at oracles and a simple oracle build. I'm going to go ahead and get the replay started here. So in Heart of the Swarm, your workers will start automatically for you, so you don't have to worry about splitting them up. We're on the map. It's called Newkirk something or other, I think, but it's a cool new map. It's mirrored, it's bilaterally similar, so it's mirrored along the middle here. So you'll notice that your mains are always very close. This is where my opponent's main will be, and this is where my main will be. So I'm playing Protoss here because, again, I wanted to look at the oracles. It's not my main race, so if I mess up some simple stuff, don't hold it against me. But the goal here, like I said, is going to be to get oracles out quick. They are a really effective harassment unit, so we're going to see how we go about doing that. So 9 pylon, we'll speed it up a little bit here. We're going to do 12 gate, and then we're going to go 13 and I think it's 14 or 15 gas. Basically, just get your gases started early because you're going to use a ton of gas in this build. I'm going to go to the next step faster here. So here comes the gateway. Nice and simple here. Now, if you were playing against an opponent, you could send that unit to scout, or you could scout at 9 when you set up your first pylon. It's up to you. You know the location of your opponent, though, so I'd probably scout at 12. I delay my first unit here for quite a while because I want to get... I want to make sure that I have the resources available for my starport when it's going to be coming out. And here we go. Now we're starting into just some basic ground army. We're going to do... I'm also delaying the gateway research just a bit for the Stargate. These are probably mistakes that you can avoid if you know how to play Protoss. So we've got our Stargate down. We're working on gateway. We're just bringing in some basic ground army because usually what follows after an Oracle push is you know, like a ground army coming at you, especially when you're playing Zerg, which is what I ended up against here. So we got a couple gateways down. I'm just going to keep pumping out simple units behind this. I'm trying to push out these oracles as quick as I can, but so I've stopped chrono boosting the cybernetic score. So first oracle's on its way. I waypoint just over here, and the second oracle is going to be coming up just right here. And you can see these units still pumping out a nice ground army. So, oracles are on their way. We're going to go regular speed here so you can kind of get a feel for them. So, this is a new unit. You'll notice that that you require energy to use their attack. So, it's not something that's always going to be on. You have to activate it, and then you have to move them in. So, against Zerg, I usually try to focus down queens if I can because those can obviously fight back. I think that that's a really good way to start off a harass because if you can get rid of that queen, you're getting rid of those 4 larva every 30 or 45 seconds or whatever it is. So then after that queen we move on to, I like to take out some of the army if it's there. If not, we'll just go right after their workers. And workers, I think I heard Tastosis talking about this not too long ago. You need to kill about 5 workers for each oracle to make it sort of viable. So I've activated their beam here. We got no other threats. I'm going to take out as much as the ground army as I can because it looks like they're thinking maybe a Baneling bus and I don't have a huge ground army. Right, so behind this we continue to build our army. I brought in a robotics facility. I've got a void ray in here in case they do attack with ground stuff, but we're just taking out the army and moving on to the drones now. So you can see, the kills on these are ridiculous. They kill things so fast and they have such a high DPS, especially versus light units. It's kind of not fair. But we'll just let this continue to kill, and then I'm going to take out this queen here again. Actually, I think I back away because I run out of energy. So at this point, it's time to focus back on home base. So put down some pylons. I'm going to bring out another oracle so we can push one more time, but we will expect an attack from the ground shortly. I'm going to speed it up again here so that you guys can see sort of what I'm talking about. Start working on beefing up the ground army a little bit. You could do upgrades at this point as well. We have a mothership core out to help the army out defending. Here's the 3 oracles. I'm going to slow it down so you can see them attack again. But we're going to go back in. We're going to finish off this queen very quickly. We're going to run out of energy quick on both of these ones. So they're almost here just to distract, really, if they push. We don't need them too much after this because we've emptied out all the drones. So really they've sent out the rest of their army for a push. We're going to take a look at that here. I use the mothership core. I mean, everything dies quick, but I just use the mothership core to throw down a time warp just to show you guys what you could be doing to defend, and you take them out from down there, and that's the end of the game. So very simple harass build on one base, for oracles. It'll help you in lower leagues. In higher leagues, you're going to want to expand. I mean, I've floated about 900 minerals this whole game because, again, I'm just not very great at Protoss. So you could throw down a Nexus, expand behind this, especially if your multitasking is good, and you could probably have a more effective army. If you're going to hold this ramp, you'd probably want to go with some sentries instead of the Stalker, Zealot, and air composition that I've put in, but usually stick with one Stargate at the start, pump out those oracles, get them out quick, and start harassing the mineral line, and you will be victorious. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Thank you guys for watching.